For another video, I've been watching a lot of ECW from the late 90s lately, and I stumbled across a match I've never heard of. The match took place in New Orleans and pitted Steve Corino and his rookie henchman Rhino against Tommy Dreamer and a man named Josh Wilcox. Looking into Wilcox's background, I found that he has a history in football, and at the time of the ECW match had been a tight end for the New Orleans Saints. Many famous wrestlers have began their athletic careers in pro football, with some with more success than others. In what we now call the territory days of wrestling, it wasn't uncommon for football players to turn to pro wrestling in the off-season, to either make some extra income or to stay in the spotlight. Names such as WWE Hall of Famers Big Cat Ernie Ladd and Wahoo McDaniel are examples of wrestlers who began in their football off-seasons, but went on to successful careers in the ring. Josh Wilcox apparently turned to wrestling for neither of those reasons, as a Seattle Times article from 1997 states that having played college football successfully in his home state of Oregon, he was signed, then promptly cut by the Minnesota Vikings. Cox would not be the only wrestler to be cut from that team. The article presents Wilcox as turning to wrestling having been rejected by the NFL team, and he would wrestle locally a few times in Portland, a formerly strong territory back in the day. The ECW match would take place on the January 28, 2000 episode of ECW on TNN, and was largely wrestled by Tommy Dreamer and Rhino, with Steve Corino coming in every now and again to put the boots to Dreamer. Tommy would eventually make a comeback though, and he would get the tag to Wilcox. Just as it looked like Corino was backing down from the New Orleans Saint, Wilcox picked up a chair and blasted his own partner with it, turning on Dreamer. This would allow Corino and Rhino to claim the victory in this match that would only last about 5 minutes. Post-match, Wilcox would get on the microphone and berate the New Orleans crowd for heckling him when the Saints lose. Steve Corino then takes the mic and calls out Dusty Rhodes, who he was feuding with at the time. He noted that last time they met in the ring, Dusty sneak attacked through the crowd, so he was ready for that. What he wasn't ready for was for Dusty to sneak attack this time from the entrance set. Corino's character not yet the sharpest knife in the drawer. Dusty proceeds to clear the ring of Corino and Rhino with his trademark elbow strikes, and finished by hitting Josh Wilcox with a big elbow drop to make the crowd happy. Wilcox would go on to have at least 2 more wrestling matches of note, with one being against current WWE Authority figure Adam Pearce, and his final one being against ECW alumni Jerry Lynn. I'll end this with one more fact about Wilcox, as he actually has another tie to pro wrestling. Sort of. In 2001, Josh would play for the Los Angeles Extreme, who would go on to be the first ever champions of the XFL. Yes, that XFL. Thank you for watching yet another wrestling channel. If you enjoyed this, please comment, like or subscribe.